portal Career Junction has published its employment insights for February 2022, which show the most in-demand job skills in South Africa right now. The insights report replaces Career Junction's previous job supply and demand index, taking a more detailed look at job sectors in the country that are currently hiring and which positions are most sought after. The report is based on comprehensive data gathered from the Saying Group South Africa, where around 5,000 of the country's top recruiters, both agencies and employers, advertise their positions to millions of registered job seekers. Joining me now is Paul Newman, the Operating Director of Michael Page Africa. Paul, thank you so much for your time and thank you for joining us on Newzroom Afrika.
It's my pleasure. Thank you for having me.
Now, we are seeing the top 10 skills that are most sought after when it comes to hiring, especially for young people in the country. Can you take us through those skills?
Yeah, look, I think to just give some context in terms of Michael Page, we're obviously a middle management executive for a kind of a technical recruitment firm, It comes a little bit challenging when you step out, obviously out of school or just finished your degree or some sort of formal education to go out there and find a job, which is, there's a lot of job seekers out there with not necessarily as much jobs. But if we look at a more of a broad general type of expertise in the areas that we kind of focus on, certainly what we've seen over the last few years, steadily, particularly in the information technology space, is where there's the biggest amount of opportunities. And that's across a broad range of skills within information technology, anything from software development and different languages within that, so Java, SQL, C#, and various others, as well as data analysis, data warehousing, BI development, security, or more so cybersecurity is also quite big at the moment, as well as telecoms and networking within telecoms. So those are various subsectors within the technology space that we've seen have been steadily climbing over the last few years, but certainly since the pandemic started, has been accelerated, particularly because, everybody is a lot more connected and a lot more working from home and on Zoom meetings and digital meetings. So there's a massive need for technology, and that's certainly increased quite a lot. On the other hand, there's always a big need for sales skills, technical sales skills, and that ranges everything from sales executives, key account managers, and technical sales, and from entry level right up to even the most senior person in the business is usually still involved in the sales element, and it's a big kind of responsibility. So sales definitely, and we've also seen quite a bit of uptick in the healthcare sector, and finance. There'll always be a need for finance people, accounting, finance managers, and so forth.
Speaking of finance and accounting, there does seem, though, to be a scarce skill supply within that sector.
Yeah, certainly. And unfortunately, what we're also seeing is that there's a big need globally, and we're seeing a lot of people exiting South Africa for lucrative offers across the globe, which exacerbates the need in South Africa and contributes to the even more skill shortage, unfortunately.
Now, a lot of the times we are seeing a lot of young people coming out of school, be it high school or even universities, without the right skills for them to be able to be absorbed within the working spaces and the right industries that they need to find themselves in. Are we looking at maybe incorporating or rather finding synergy between the schooling system as well as the workplace in order for them to be able to speak to each other so that young people are able to find the right skills or have the right skills when coming into the workplace?
Yeah, I mean, that's definitely will be a big solution to, I think, a lot of problems that we do have. I know, since I've been at school, it's been been a debate about, are we focusing the right amount of time on the right subjects, spending a lot of time and stress and homework and just your time into subjects that you might never use when you step into the working world. I guess it's obviously good to give you a broad range of skills, and it helps you prepare yourself for the broader job market, and you can then find out what you're really passionate about. But I certainly agree that the more we can have business talking to our education sector and vice versa, it'll be a big contributing factor to alleviating some of this unemployment issues that we do have.
Now, on the other side, Career Junction has recorded a decline in the hiring activity in the medical and health, as well as the manufacturing and assembly and business management sectors. These sectors also have several roles or jobs that are being advertised quite less. Do you know why this is so?
Look, it's a little bit speculation from my side, to be honest. It's just doing it on the ground, but without having looked at the raw data. I think what has played a part in it is when we came out of the pandemic and started, so beginning of 2021, there was a massive surge not massive, but quite a big surge in those job sectors, particularly healthcare. We saw quite a big increase for numerous factors, as well as manufacturing, engineering. I think, because it was such a slow year the previous year due to the various lockdowns, and with it opening up in 2021, I think that a lot of it had to do with the backlog and filling up the backlog and getting back to where we are. And I think we're back to that now. I think certainly the July unrests, from what I've heard, has played a massive part in that as well. So I think those two factors probably has the biggest influence on why we see, certainly in the last quarter, last few months, quite a downturn in those sectors.
Thank you so much for your time, Paul. That was Paul Newman, the Operating Director of Michael Page Africa, giving us a breakdown of some of the skills, the top 10 skills that are needed in order for us to be able to access the job sector. Now, after the break, we stay around the jobs issue, as a new charter launched this week has put forward that 15 million jobs need to be created for Africa by 2025.